Welcome to the 3 Phases of Life, Fun, Purpose overview video. Here's an overview of what we'll be covering in this video. First, we'll walk through a brief history, background, and the context of life, fun, purpose, the LFP experience, and the 3-phase overview. Followed by a high-level overview of the 3 phases. Followed by an introduction and overview of the objectives and outcomes of Phase 1, Deconstruct to Reconstruct. We will then review an introduction and overview of the objectives and outcomes of Phase 2, Inner Thrive. Followed by an introduction and overview of the objectives and outcomes of Phase 3, Outer Thrive. You will then learn a fun and fascinating insider secret about the LFP journey. We'll wrap out this video with a sneak peek of the 2 super valuable bonus sections and additional materials that are included in this experience to ensure that you have support in every possible way throughout your LFP experience and beyond. Background, context, and design. The Life, Fun, Purpose experience is a comprehensive, transformational journey designed on the basis of over 22 years of study, research, and exploration across dozens of domains, as well as participation in over 36 deeply educational programs, certifications, mentorships, masterminds, firsthand experience through 3,000 plus hours of coaching over the course of 10 years, and without exaggeration, several thousands of hours specifically dedicated to the development, design, and creation of life, fun, purpose itself over the course of 6 years. LFP has been validated through rigorous intentional consideration, intelligent analysis, personal and professional experience, and, most importantly, real results and lives transformed. The content, philosophy, architecture, design, synthesis, and effectiveness of the 3 phases and the overall LFP experience is corroborated and/or supported by hundreds of experts, philosophies, philosophers, wisdom traditions, teachers, and universal expressions of the human experience. The 3 Phases LFP framework is designed as a sequential, progressive, evolving journey, much like all complex creatures in the natural world. Each phase must be experienced and integrated sequentially and will not really be effective otherwise. For this reason, it is imperative that you not skip ahead, dismiss, or half do any of the resources or steps along the way. To use an analogy from nature, you must grow a stem before you can grow leaves, and you must grow a flower before your fruit can come forth and flourish. You will learn more about the importance of the 3-phase sequence throughout this video. The exception to the linear and sequential flow to this journey would be if you're working with one of the LFP facilitators and coaches. If you are working with an LFP facilitator and coach, first of all, good for you. Amazing. This is going to make your journey so exciting, and having this support and expertise is going to deepen and streamline your experience immensely. In this case, your journey will be completely customized and tailored every step of the way, and the resources, workbooks, and modules will be put together and curated in a unique fashion to support your unique needs. On the other hand, if you're going through LFP without a coach or facilitator, that's amazing. The LFP experience has been meticulously designed so you have everything you need every step of the way through every theme, section, module, and phase as you journey toward your Thrive mode. Authentic, original, and intentional. Immense care has been taken to ensure that the LFP content is clear, to the point, and effective, while also allowing for it to be in-depth and thorough wherever called for in service to the information or experience at hand. The content, composition, design, artwork, information, and resources have been meticulously and thoughtfully considered, conveyed, curated, created, cited, and or synthesized from the drawing board. Every core element in LFP is original and or has been originally curated with a near obsessive passion for providing an authentic, effective, evidence-based experience through a combination of information, guided immersion, and first-hand exploration. In terms of authenticity, the LFP core content does not rely on prefabricated templates, plug and play scripts or coaching tools, standard exercises, boilerplate quotes, run of the mill opinions, AI generated content or editing, convenient reference to trendy topics, unsupported claims, or identical materials that can be found with a quick Google, Pinterest, or Reddit search. To the best of our knowledge, the content and particular synthesis of the LFP framework and experience does not exist anywhere else or in any similar fashion elsewhere. On a related note, these materials contain traceable digital copyright to protect IP and the integrity of your user experience. Ancient wisdom, modern science. Although the core content is original and built from the ground up, LFP has been significantly inspired and directly or indirectly influenced by external sources from the fields of science, philosophy, history, biology, art and creative expression, wisdom traditions, spiritual principles, cultural anthropology, and the perspectives of countless brilliant human beings from pre-Plato to present day. The LFP content that is based on these external sources has been selectively curated and included throughout the LFP experience to support, supplement, and enrich the LFP core content in the form of excerpts, quotes, exercises, modalities, references, and citations. With this in mind, great care has been taken to honor the accuracy, integrity, interpretation, and integration of these external sources through attribution and reference wherever appropriate within the materials and in the resources and references workbooks within each module. Grounded in universal truth. Most importantly, the integrity and impact of LFP is rooted in perennial truths about the human experience that are fundamentally valid and are independent of the trends of pop psychology and the ever-changing scientific zeitgeist that has masqueraded as the ultimate truth in the form of theory throughout history. Said another way, this experience is built on solid ground versus conjecture and focuses on reconnecting to the innate source of human vitality and thriving versus getting caught up in addressing the symptoms that arise when we are disconnected from it. This is about stepping outside to experience the brilliant light of the sun when we have been taught to live in the dim lighting of the limited internal landscape we've been shown. To reference the brilliant poet Mary Oliver, this is about reawakening to the aliveness of your one and precious life. Here are a few super important best practices to help you get the most out of your LFP experience. Cultivate an open, present, curious, and captive beginner's mind. Engage with a quiet mind and release the need to understand, analyze, agree, disagree, form opinions, or figure it out as you're going through the process, especially in phases 1 and 2. The quote-unquote point is not to try to understand how everything works or fits together, or for you to constantly wonder, is it working? Or is anything even happening? It's super important that you let go of control, constant evaluation, and the need for certainty, and trust the process. The LFP framework, content, and activities are literally designed to guide you step by step so you don't need to figure anything out. In truth, all you really need to do is fully show up for the journey while your transformation and progress are actually happening on an effortless, unconscious level. Slow down, create space, and fully engage with this journey. A highly recommended best practice is to schedule and dedicate blocks of time to engage with the materials and give them your full attention, versus trying to do a little bit here and there. Do not skip around or half engage while multitasking or doing something else. The information, reflection, and writing prompts and activities are here for you to explore and dive into yourself with focus and attention. And as we know all too well, distraction, impatience, or skimming through essentially defeats the purpose of any meaningful endeavor. Kinda like being on vacation with people you love, but working the entire time instead of enjoying the experience with them. It's time to break the habit of being too busy to experience the magic of our own lives. The more engaged you are, the more automatically, quickly, and deeply this information will click, land, and integrate. The material throughout LFP is multimodal, and your active engagement and experimentation will be necessary to fully digest and integrate the themes and shifts in being that are central to your progressive momentum. Most importantly, you will be invited to explore your own direct experience above all else, because thriving is an experience, not an idea. Here is a brilliant quote from Charles Eisenstein, who is one of the most revolutionary thinkers of our time. From his talk, The Secret to Changing the World. Urgency is not about hurry, it's a craving to align. You realize things that are out of alignment with who you want to be and your sense of why you're here, and that creates a tension that, if you're faithful to it, will not go away. If you're taking all of your energy and focusing it on a symptom that is masquerading as the cause, then you are never going to reach the cause. The quest for the Holy Grail can never succeed because the Grail ultimately finds you. And what alerts the Holy Grail to your quest for it is your quest. So it's a bit of a paradox. You can never find what you are searching for, but the search will attract to you the object of your search, which might not be quite what you thought it was. All right, let's officially dive into our overview of the 3 phases of life, fun, purpose. We'll begin with a high-level bird's-eye view of the 3 phases and the modules within each phase. Phase 1, deconstruct to reconstruct, which consists of the welcome module, Module 1, Thrive Mode Gardening, Module 2, Unpacking You, and Module 3, Self-Identity, which then leads into Phase 2, Inner Thrive, which consists of Module 4, Inner Thrive, and Module 5, Living Inner Thrive. Phase 2 is the deeply transformational phase of this journey, which then flows into Phase 3, Outer Thrive, which consists of Module 6, the Outer Thrive Treasure Hunt, Module 7, Meaning, Purpose, and the Big Why, Module 8, Clarifying Outer Thrive, and Module 9, Actualizing Outer Thrive. There's also a 10th module, Celebrate and Live Your Thrive, which is not necessarily one of the 3 phases, as it is what carries you into the lived experience of your Thrive mode. We'll touch on that a little bit later as well. We will now dive into each phase of the LFP journey in greater detail. Phase 1, deconstruct to reconstruct, consists of the welcome module, Module 1, Thrive Mode Gardening, Module 2, Unpacking You, and Module 3, Self-Identity. Here are some of the Phase 1 objectives and outcomes to give you a sense of what you'll be learning and experiencing in this phase. The objectives and outcomes are to expertly guide you through an exploration of specific areas of your inner and outer world that are paramount to your Thrive Mode journey. An exploration that will vastly expand your awareness of yourself, your life, your hell yes, and open up game changing realizations, transformational insights, and thrive aligned shifts that will begin to occur naturally as a result of this process. To create a starting point list of your visions, intentions, goals, and desires in alignment with your Thrive Mode and Hell Yes life. To build a vocabulary and knowledge base about topics and themes that are vital to the Thrive Mode journey, consisting of longings and discontentments, Thrive Mode ecosystem, the subconscious mind, core values, character strengths, presence and awareness, self concept, reality filters, gremlins, and allies. To know and understand the deeper layers that are involved in and significantly influence your quality of life, experience of reality, level of happiness and fulfillment, purpose, and most importantly, your relationship with yourself. Upon the completion of Phase 1, you will have gone through a highly specific, efficient, and effective process of unpacking, excavating, and expanding your awareness, which will prepare you with the absolutely essential foundation for the next phase of your journey. Phase 2, Inner Thrive. Phase 2, Inner Thrive, consists of Module 4, Inner Thrive, and Module 5, Living Inner Thrive. This is the super deep and radically transformational game changer phase, which we'll get into a bit more in a moment. Phase 2, Objectives and Outcomes. There are 2 slides for this because this section is so robust. 1. To learn and experience the truth that thriving is not only natural, it is your true nature. 2. To learn who and what you truly are, how your human experience is actually calibrated to thrive, what you're actually capable of being, doing, and having in your life, and how to integrate and apply this profound and game-changing knowledge in service to your inner thrive, authentic happiness, vitality, Thrive Mode ecosystem, clarity, purpose, North Star, outer thrive, and Hell Yes life. 3. To learn and understand what inner thrive is and what it is not. 4. Learn the truth about inner thrive and the behind-the-scenes social and cultural history and context that has led the majority of the world's population to feel disconnected from themselves, their aliveness, unique genius, meaning and purpose, vitality, peace of mind, authentic happiness, and genuine fulfillment in life. And learn the good news that the key to reconnecting this disconnection lives inside of every single one of us. 5. To explore and realize a new way of understanding, being, and living in the world that is innately oriented and naturally aligned with vitality and well-being, regardless of personal history, ability, current situation, or story of self, or any other external circumstances. 6. To know and deeply explore the truth about inner thrive and your relationship with it, past and present. 7. To have an immensely increased awareness about your models of reality, what they are, where they came from, and how they influence your reality, experience, and inner thrive. 8. To learn and understand that gremlins are actually helpful messengers in disguise, and learn the 3-part gremlin recipe and how to alchemize and accurately interpret the helpful messages that gremlins actually convey. 9. To be familiar with your inner oracle and how to access your inner oracle wisdom through your inner allies and access avenues. Phase 2, Objectives and Outcomes continued. 10. To know and understand the nature of human thriving, including the roles of nature, energy, and inner thrive. 11. To know and understand the science of the human experience, including the essential dynamics of homeostasis, energy, body physiology, brain hemispheres, behaviors, feelings, thoughts and attention, consciousness, and inner thrive. 12. To learn and implement curious awareness to notice your vitality attunement, the degree to which your body brain is in or out of attunement with health and vitality, or homeostasis, and know how your vitality attunement is related to your connection with inner thrive as well as your overall thrive mode. 13. To use curious awareness and noticing to tune in, interpret, understand, and attune your body brain, and to notice whether you are connected or disconnected from inner thrive and overall thrive mode. 14. To understand how your body brain can influence your connection to inner thrive and how you can utilize curious awareness to access and connect to your inner thrive anytime, anywhere. 15. To understand and explore the ego, identity, separate self, and their illusory nature and detrimental impact on the human experience, and how to use curious awareness and innate wisdom to release these primary sources of suffering, align with your essential self, and experience the unimaginable joy and freedom that arises from the innate wellspring of well being beneath self identified concepts. 16. To explore and experience wholing and shift into, connect with, and live in and from whole being. 17. To learn how to tune in and embody your inner wisdom, innate intelligence, and deeper truth. 18. To understand, realize, and release the super unhelpful illusions of control and fear. 19. To openly explore your inspiring avatars. And 20. To explore countless valuable resources and activities for living inner thrive. So, why is phase 2 the super deep, radically transformational game changer phase? Here's the thing. If you try to find, figure out, or create your thrive mode, purpose, or hell yes life based on your current understanding and belief of who and what you think you are, without knowing the actual truth of who and what you are, or how you actually operate, or what you're actually capable of, you will be operating, searching, seeking, choosing, deciding, defining, designing, and creating yourself and your life from partial information and inaccurate coordinates. You cannot reach true north by heading due west. You will not sing if you do not realize that you have a voice and you are not confined to silence. You will not become the symphony that you are naturally capable of being if you innocently perceive yourself to be a single note. And you will not set yourself free to live limitlessly if you don't even realize that your reality and who you think you are concepts and constructs that are holding you captive to a limited scope of what is actually possible. Life, fun, purpose is not just about purpose discovery, finding your career path, up-leveling your current conditions, figuring out what will make you happy, creating a plan, living your best life, searching for that something that is calling to you, or even finding your true north or your hell yes. Are those outcomes possible and woven into the fabric of this experience? Absolutely. But in reality, life, fun, purpose is about so much more. This is about waking up, setting yourself free, and allowing your true nature to emerge and thrive. We are not here to build empires on illusions or confine our being to anyone else's boundaries. We are here to experience the joy and the pure, uncontaminated, unconditioned aliveness of the human experience. And we are here to create and live a life aligned with and inspired by that insatiable, thriving aliveness. Full transparency. Here's a little insider secret. Most programs, courses, books, and resources about life design, purpose discovery, transformation, self awareness, self actualization, and the human potential actually start their journeys where LFP Phase 3 begins, and completely overlook, omit, or barely explore the themes from Phases 1 and 2 in LFP. The thing is, if any journey begins on the premise or the assumption that the person who is starting the journey already knows who and what they truly are, when in actuality that is highly unlikely, they will be navigating their journey and be confusing their desires, values, and visions with the conditioning they have absorbed over a lifetime. Although some people may innocently think they know who they are and or what they want and where they're headed or what will make them happy, in reality, without knowing, understanding, and exploring the core truth underlying the human experience and human consciousness, they will most likely be moving in a direction that is not their true north and will find themselves back at square one or a similar essence of square one in the not too distant future, regardless of how much quote unquote success they think they've had along their Outer Thrive journey. Which is why we dive so deeply into phases 1 and 2 before directly exploring purpose and Outer Thrive. Your time is precious, and we are not here to waste a second of it by starting out with society's map or uncalibrated coordinates. Said another way, Phase 1 and Phase 2 will thoroughly and specifically prepare you for embarking upon the Outer Thrive journey in Phase 3, and you can rest assured that anything that you tune into, explore, or clarify in Phase 3 will emerge from your authentic inner thrive and essential self. Speaking of Phase 3, Phase 3, Outer Thrive. Phase 3 Outer Thrive consists of Module 6, the Outer Thrive Treasure Hunt. Module 7, Meaning, Purpose, and the Big Why. Module 8, Clarifying Outer Thrive. And Module 9, Actualizing Outer Thrive. Here are the Phase 3 objectives and outcomes. 1. To experience your inner thrive as your internal GPS for exploring your outer thrive. 2. To have a clear and updated set of compass coordinates for exploring your outer thrive. 3. To learn and utilize a robust set of curated activities and exercises for exploring your desires, dreams, passions, visions, future self, purpose, hell yes life, and aliveness. 4. Explore and clarify exciting and viable possibilities for career, professional, and or entrepreneurial paths that are aligned with who you truly are and what brings you alive, including your core values, non-negotiables, lifestyle synergy factors, and your newly clarified compass coordinates. 5. To learn how and why to explore limitlessly. 6. To dive into countless research avenues in treasure hunt fashion. 7. To understand, embody, and sharpen your intuition and intuitive senses. 8. To clarify and develop your sense of authentic yes and authentic no. 9. Experience personal freedom and authentic expression as your new and natural way of being. 10. To clarify the key elements of your purpose and their alignment with your Thrive mode. 11. To feel connected with what infuses you with motivation, zest, passion, and purpose. 12. To reflect upon your legacy and how it may inform your outer thrive moving forward. 13. To feel energized and informed about your purpose, meaning, and outer thrive. 14. To know your top hell yes outer thrive directions. Phase 3 objectives and outcomes continued. 15. To learn and shift into a specific and natural way of creating your outer thrive. 16. Experience your reimagined, redefined, redesigned, and reinvigorated Thrive Mode Garden. 17. To know, practice, and experience the game changing effects of the 14 actualizing principles. 18. To have a clear sense of the opportunities, possibilities, directions, next steps, and pathways that are most congruent and aligned with your inner thrive, outer thrive, and compass coordinates. 19. To have an action plan that is authentic, aligned, and energizing. 20. To put into practice authentic and effective personal, professional, and lifestyle practices for cultivating your Thrive Mode ecosystem. 21. To engage with your growing web of Thrive aligned relationships. 22. Know how to overcome the stall out gremlins. 23. To design and implement your Outer Thrive roadmap. 24. To actively create your outer thrive and experience your hell yes life, which of course is a part of the Module 10 experience. Celebrate and live your thrive. The specific contents and outcomes of Module 10 are actually a surprise. However, what we will say is, throughout the past 6 years of the LFP evolution, nearly every single person who has sincerely gone through this process has progressively realized that this expansive journey of aliveness doesn't end. In reality, the adventure just keeps getting better. In fact, it's a running inside joke within the LFP community that LFP is so comprehensive and so applicable to every stage of life that no matter where we are on our personal journey, there's a super high likelihood that we are somewhere, often in multiple places, within the LFP framework. So the big reveal is that the essence of this journey is a catalyst, a spark, an awakening of aliveness, and your Thrive mode will continue to expand and evolve and awaken and energize you for the rest of your life, far and beyond the formal LFP program or framework. Because the exciting truth is, LFP is not linear. There's technically no beginning, and there's definitely no end, because as you continue to create your hell yes life, lean into your outer thrive, and express your inner thrive, the LFP content, philosophy, and framework will always support you on your journey, every step, every stage, and every phase of the way, as your inner thrive guides you into vitality, peace of mind, aliveness, expression, and most importantly, alignment with your Thrive mode. Now that you have a detailed context of each of the 3 phases, here's the big picture overview of how everything flows together. Phase 1. Deconstruct to reconstruct. In this foundational phase, you will experience expanded awareness about yourself, who and what you truly are, what you desire, and what you value. Which leads to Phase 2, Inner Thrive. Throughout the Phase 2 modules, Module 4, Inner Thrive, and Module 5, Living Inner Thrive, you will begin to experience yourself, your reality, and your life in a whole new way as you connect with the deepest and truest parts of your essence. With a profound clarity and deep experiential connection with your essential self and inner compass, you will then be ready and expertly prepared for Phase 3, Outer Thrive. Throughout Phase 3, you will explore, clarify, design, actualize, and live your Thrive mode and your Hell Yes life. Your journey through Phase 3 will progress through Module 6, the Outer Thrive Treasure Hunt, Module 7, Meaning, Purpose, and the Big Why, Module 8, Clarifying Outer Thrive, and Module 9, Actualizing Outer Thrive. Altogether, this is the high-level transformational flow of the Life Fun Purpose experience. But the guidance does not end there. Here's a sneak peek at some of the super valuable extras. Bonus Module A, Relationships. This includes relationship gardening, which will support you in creating greater awareness about your social life and relationships so that you can choose what's in alignment and what may not be, as well as guided exercises and activities that will help you to explore healthy relationships and how do we create and cultivate meaningful connection. What are the behaviors, signals, and signs of unhealthy relationships? And how do we navigate that terrain? Where do we find our people, and what does belonging mean to us? And more. Bonus Module B is Relationship with Money. This includes money gardening, which will help you to create awareness around your beliefs, habits, history, and relationship with money, as well as financial discontentments, longings, and hell yes desires, and helpful resources for rewriting and cultivating a thriving relationship with money. The bonus resources also include over 150 hours of LFP group call recordings. You have access to over 85 call recordings covering every theme in LFP and far beyond. And you can listen and follow along with the LFP sisters as we dive deep into the fun, intimate, real talk discussions and explorations that are incredibly helpful, relatable, and powerfully relevant to your journey. This concludes the introduction and overview of the 3 phases of life, fun, purpose. End of video reflections. Please set aside some time to jot down your thoughts, insights, curiosities, questions, and anything that came up for you during this video before moving on. On an ending note, I want to share that it is a true blessing and enormous honor to have you on this journey. Thank you for listening to the voice deep within that knows that you are not just here to survive. You are here to feel awake, inspired, aligned, and fully alive. You can now go ahead and dive into the Self-Discovery Workbook and officially begin your transformational adventure into the extraordinary, fulfilling, purpose-filled, and meaningful life that your heart truly desires. See you there.